Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Salam alaikum. Today is day 16 of recovery in the raw. Or day 16 of the 90-day sobriety challenge for me. No alcohol, no drugs. Got out of jail homeless, nowhere to go. Was supposed to go to a sober living place. I didn't get in. Was supposed to be getting treatment. I didn't get in. So I decided to start this journey on my own and started recording it to show everybody that it can be done. It takes a little motivation. It takes self-determination, drive, enthusiasm. You gotta want it. You gotta want to change your life. If I can do it, anybody can do it. Because I was a junkie. I was an addict. I was a piece of shit. Just to admit it, I was a piece of shit. The more and more I reflect on myself and what I was doing, and I look at my new self and me now and remind me of who I used to be before the drugs or before the relapse. And I know with that relapse, I became a piece of shit. Like truly, I became a piece of shit. I think about all the friends I played, all the people I robbed, all the people I ripped off, all the people I stole from, all the people I hurt, all the people I backstabbed or beat up or just did crazy stuff in that life, drinking and using drugs. And now today, clean and sober, I reflect on that. I have a lot of regrets, but I can't let them regrets control me. I can't let them regrets, that's who I used to be. That's how I look at it. I remember my first rehab, I had a counselor named Tony, and he said, write down everything about yourself on the board. So I got up, I wrote down loving father, good friend, honorable, loyal. And when I got through, it was like all this good shit wrote on the board. And he came back and he erased the whole damn board. And he was like, so you really believe that was you? He said, you a loving father, huh? I said, yeah. He said, but the shit you was doing got your ass in this damn rehab. He said, what's happening with your daughter right now? I was like, I don't know. She with her mom. He said, exactly. He's like, some sex offender could have your daughter right now. Somebody could have kidnapped your daughter right now. And ain't nothing you can do to stop it because you in this damn rehab. But you call yourself a loving father. If you was a loving father, you would have did everything you could do to put your ass back out there in the streets and be with her. But instead, you ain't here trying to get right. And I said, damn. He said, loyal friend. He said, how many friends have you ripped off or stole money from or took a loan from and didn't pay him back? I said, about 2 or 3. So you call yourself a good friend? I said, damn. And that's basically, when they say the 12 steps, that's basically the moral inventory, step 4. And by me doing these videos, I've learned that it's like a daily step 4. Really, because when I check in with you guys, I'm really telling you basically what it is a moral inventory. I'm learning more and more about myself and what I used to do and things how I used to be. I'm glad I'm not that anymore, but it's cool to look upon. Today's meeting that I had was it was a bunch of rich people, and I thought really I wasn't going to get anything. I'm like, man, but something was telling me, just pay attention, and wow. I never looked at it from the side of, I always looked at it like being an addict, poor people from the hood. I never seen the effects of it of people from the suburbs, people that grew up basically millionaires that lost everything, and a lot of it had to do with relapse prevention. And with relapse prevention, the basic thing was to find when you start getting high, like for me, when I started getting high, I was trying to cover something. I was trying to heal something. Basically, it became my pain medicine. I ain't giving a fuck what a doctor subscribed to. The doctor couldn't heal this type of pain that I was going through. But what pain was that? It wasn't a pain that, like a physical pain. What pain was I going through? When we say pain, pain doesn't always mean physical pain. It was emotional pain. Like, I grew up with this knot on my head right here. And that happened from a roller skating accident when I was young. So I grew up becoming called knothead, knots land, and all type of like little dumb names. And I got into a lot of fights over this knot over my head in elementary school. And that kind of also made me think that people didn't like me. So it's like I always went out harder than everybody else to try to prove myself, to try to be liked. And this is what I found in mine. You have to dig for your own. But in mine, to find out that I always went harder or try to go harder than everybody else to stand out. So when it came to like gang banging, like when I learned about gangs and shit, like when I started doing that, it's like I had to do stuff to stand. I wanted to stand out. Like if I'm with everybody I was around, I was a folk on the hustler, and everybody else I was around, they was GD. So it was like when we went to house parties and all that, me and Roger, we was the only people that was almighty, and we like 8 other dudes that was GD. So when we went to house party, the house party was all GD, but we didn't care. We was still going there. We didn't care. It's like being hardcore. Wanted to stick out. Wanted to be different than everybody else. And when it came to the streets doing things, like I ended up getting a pistol when I was like 16, 17. And I remember me and my buddy, I don't want to say his name, but we was in high school, and we just left my cousin Ted, and Ted had gave me this car, a little stick shift. I'm driving this car, and we driving down the street, and we just start shooting the gun, bow, 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 driving down North Avenue, and it's like, now I look back like it was dumb, but I was doing it to try to be, like I wanted people to say, oh yeah, he got a gun, he was shooting that motherfucker too. Like, wanted to be that. And like, fighting, I ain't give a fuck who I was fighting as a boy. My buddy Ricky used to always tell me, man, don't fight dude bigger than you or something like that. I ain't give a damn. I ain't give a fuck if I won or lost the fight. I would fight. You know what I mean? And just wanting to be something. Just wanting to be a standout or feel like somebody was like somebody cared about me or loved me. You know what I mean? Of course, your mama love you. That's automatic. Or for your family members, of course, that's automatic. But I always wanted that extra attention. So like I said, after I got shot and I got at the hospital, my face, all this was swollen. I got shot in the neck right here. I don't know if y'all can see that. Let me see. Right there. I got shot in the neck right there, and the bullet came out my mouth. That's what knocked my teeth out. They cut the tip of my tongue off. But after I got shot, when I got out, they had to wire it broke my jaw. So I got a metal plate and 2 screws right here, and they had to wire my jaw shut. From all that, I didn't know it was from the surgery. I thought my face was like that forever. My face was swollen. Like all this was fat hanging off. And then I saw I ain't had no teeth. And man, I thought I'd never get a girlfriend again. I thought everybody was gonna think I was a dope fiend. Everybody was gonna think, you know what I mean? This was before I even started smoking crack. And this is what led me to smoke crack. So it's like I dug in to find out why I was using the drug. When I took that first hit, it's like all my worries of other people and what they thought about me, it didn't fly away because I was annoyed somebody was gonna catch me doing it. But at that moment in that time, I didn't care about anything. Nobody knew I had this great little secret. I got this man. And after all the shit I talked about crackheads, my mama smoked, my mama used to get high. So like all the shit I had talked about her, my uncles and people we seen that I was selling dope to, laughing at them and doing all that. I can't believe that, damn, this why they was doing that. That shit, man, it made everything go away in that moment. And I was instantly addicted because, like I said, I liked that acid, I liked that LSD, and cocaine for me in the beginning was like a hallucinogen. It was like an instant acid, like boom, blast off. There I go. Now I'm tripping. Until all the paranoia came. I'm hiding from my mom in the closet. Like I was literally, when they say smoking in the closet, I was literally smoking in my closet. Like I didn't want my mama to catch me. And man. But the point of this is that for the relapse prevention, is to dig back and find out what was you taking this pain medication for? And I ain't talking physical pain, like my back hurt, my arm hurt. I'm talking about like this emotional pain. And I found mine, luckily. And I looked and this one into recent. When I was in jail this last time, this girl told me, she said, boo-hoo, poor Aaron. You know, this person cheated on me, that person cheated on me, I'm going to end the world. And at first I was like, sarcastic ass bitch. But just to come to find out, what she was saying was true. You know what I mean? Like, I can't believe after she told me that, I went back and I sat in my cell and I reflected on every time I relapsed. It was over some breakup or something to do with some female or some way I felt hurt or felt disrespected or neglected in life. Every relapse, almost every one. Just to find out now I got emotional issues. And I should have known that. But yeah, I got emotional issues. So me addressing that now is part of this relapse prevention program that we talked about last night. And that's trying to figure out all the ways that you have all the ways I have emotional disorders. For anybody else that have these disorders. For me, my emotional disorder comes from expectations. Like, and all these expectations, like when they say thoughts, feelings, behaviors, like cognitive reconstruction and things like that, that stuff is true and it's a powerful thing. Like the way we was raised, our belief system, all that plays into how we think and how we move and what we feel. And so growing up, we think you get a girlfriend, your girlfriend's supposed to be faithful. You know, she ain't gonna cheat on you. You're gonna be faithful to her. And that is what draws this belief that, what do I do if she does cheat? So now you go off of what you saw growing up. And what I saw growing up was, I saw people getting beat. I saw people getting shot at. I seen people over relationships and I seen people cry. I seen people hurt. And then you watch movies and soap operas, you know, you growing up on those. And so you act how they acted, because that's all you know. And that's what, at least for me, that's all I knew. So anytime I was emotionally hurt, I went all out. And my only way to cover it was by using this drug. This drug made it all right. So somebody cheated on me, I get high. I'm all right. I got this dope now. I got a new broad. I got a new female called cocaine, called crack. You know what I'm saying? So you do it hurt? Yeah, I get high. And cover it all up. Cover it all up. And it's crazy for me to even look back on it now. Do I feel ashamed? Somewhat. I'm 48, and I've been living this lifestyle 30 years. Well, over 30 years, but as far as with the crack cocaine thing, 30 years. And man, I can't believe that I didn't find this earlier in life. All the things I've been through, but out of all the things that I've been through, it helped me become who I am today. It helped me become who I am today. And I don't agree with, I can't say I don't agree with, but a lot of the 12 steps I don't understand. I don't believe addiction is a disease. You know, it's a lot of the traditional ways of recovery I don't agree with. You know, but I mean, right now, I'm not in a position to agree or disagree with anything. Whatever come my way, if it's gonna help me in recovery, I gotta accept it. So I'm not in a position to agree or disagree with anything. But and maybe somebody out there that's like me, don't agree with the 12 steps or never got it, or they don't agree with addiction being a disease, labeling it as a disease. You know, I think it's a choice. It's a choice. And basically, this 90-day sobriety challenge for me is proving it, because I'm not really following those steps. I mean, I am in a sense. People can take everything I've been saying in these videos and be like, oh, well, let's step this or let's step that. Well, that's, for me, I didn't look at it as a step. For me, I looked at it as it's life. It's things I'm learning as I'm going. You know, and the one thing I know, and I'm putting first and foremost, is I don't want to get high. I do not want to get high. I can't get high. That's number one. That's number one. So the rest of everything else, that's my step one. Not getting high. Not using that first one. Not using that first one. As long as I beat that first one, I got this. Like I said, I got this sold up. I got this sold up. You know what I mean? I got this sold up. And I don't know what done snapped in me or what done got me, because I'm not gonna lie, I've been here before, but it never felt like it feels now. I've been here before. I've had sobriety time before and relapsed and relapsed and relapsed. You know, so, but this, I've never had this feeling before. It's never been like this. It's especially to make it past my first check without no cravings or urges. That's amazing. That's amazing. I've never been in that position. You know, like, I'm doing this, man. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. And I swear to God, everybody who makes a comment or everybody who leaves comments, that ain't nothing but support. And it's pushing me. And it's, trust me, it's helping me to see that people that I really, and even if I don't know you, you know, it helps. I think that even helps more. Somebody that I don't even know can watch my video and be like, hey, man, you got this, man. Let's do this. You know, that means something. But to the people that do know me, I thank y'all too, because I was so afraid to talk to a lot of you guys. I've been hiding from y'all for years. I've missed so many functions and events. And I apologize. I'm sorry, you know, but today is day 16. I'm still sober and clean. I got to get back to work. I had to sneak a video in. But, hey, man, love y'all, man. And I'm glad y'all supporting me. Recovery in the Raw, day 16. Sooner or later, I'm going to start the comedy things and the music things. Well, Recovery in the Raw, that's what it's for. Arts for addicts, you know, and for people who don't agree with the traditional way of recovery, which is like the 12-step stuff has taken over and all this stuff. So it's just letting you know, you don't have to, if you can't understand the 12-step thing, you don't get into treatment, you don't get into sober living, you don't believe addiction is a disease, that don't mean that you can't recover, because you're looking at somebody who did and who's doing it right now. And I'm taking everybody on this journey with me. Love y'all. Peace. Salam alaikum. Rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.